From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Severe weather is continuing to move into the area. We have this severe thunderstorm watch in the areas of Pink until about 10 p.m. We still have that tornado watch in Branch County until about 8 p.m. We'll keep an eye on this over the next couple of hours. Right now, there is a tornado warning right now, and we're looking at that tornado warning mainly down into Branch, and we're going to continue to keep an eye on that for right now. But we'll switch gears here. We'll continue to see those heavier rainfall into the 6 o'clock hour and even into the 7 o'clock hour, 7:30, and eventually we will start to see those showers taper off as we head into the afternoon and evening. We'll continue to see the chance for those tornadoes here or there. We still have the chance for some quarter-sized hail and some gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour possible, so just stick with us as we continue to see this severe weather move into the forecast for right now. 6 News at 5:30 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 5:30.
Right now at 5:30, new details after 2 teens are found dead down a rural Michigan road. Plus, a Nintendo 2 Switch heist, and tonight the search is on for more than $1 million worth of gaming consoles. And why you might want to catch and release rather than catch and eat this summer in more Michigan lakes and rivers. Those stories and a lot more and all in the first 6 minutes. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Siobhan Klepfer. Let's start that clock. We begin in Monroe County, where 2 teenagers are found shot to death on the ground outside of a car. The sheriff's office in Monroe County says that a boy and girl, both 16, were found on a secluded rural road in Raisonville Township on Tuesday. Their bodies were found by a member of the public who called police. During a news conference this afternoon, police identified the girl as Faith Hamilton and the boy as Landon LaFond. They described Hamilton as a victim and LaFond as a suspect. A Grand Rapids man is headed to prison for hitting and killing his wife with their car. A judge sentenced 6-year-old Mark Casterman on Tuesday to 15 to 50 years for the 2023 killing on US 31 in Free Soil Township. Casterman pleaded no contest, which means he does not admit guilt but accepts the punishment. Investigators say the couple got into an argument in their car and Melissa Casterman got out. That's when her husband drove into her, instantly killing her. The sex trafficking and racketeering trial of Sean Diddy Combs is set to continue on Friday now after a couple of setbacks with jurors. One was dismissed on Monday. Today, another juror called in sick, and court is closed tomorrow for Juneteenth. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all the charges. If convicted on all counts, he could face up to life in prison. The search is on in Colorado tonight after nearly $1.5 million, a heist of Nintendo Switch 2 consoles. Officials say a semi-truck driver discovered that his trailer had been broken into during a pre-trip inspection and more than 2,800 consoles were stolen. They're valued at $499 each. The driver told police he did not know what was in the trailer, only that it was games or toys. Tonight, police trying to track down the consoles and the person or people responsible, and they're not sure when or where they were taken. On Capitol Hill today, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth was questioned by senators on the military budget and other matters, including the use of uniformed military in ICE and law enforcement operations. Democratic Senator Alyssa Slotkin of Michigan asked Secretary Hegseth if he gave an order for the military to fire on unarmed protesters. And that sparked this exchange between the two.
My colleagues across the aisle.
What is that based on? What evidence would you have that an order like that has ever been given?
Giving that order to your predecessor, to a Republican Secretary of Defense, who I give a lot of credit to because he didn't accept the order. He had more guts and balls than you because he said, I'm not going to send in the uniformed military to do something that I know in my gut isn't right. He was asked to shoot at their legs. He wrote that in his book. That's not hearsay. So your poo-pooing of this, it just shows you don't understand who we are as a country, who we are. And all of my colleagues across the aisle, especially the ones that served, should want an apolitical military and not want citizens to be scared of their own military. I love the military. I served alongside my whole life, so I'm worried about you tainting it. Have you given the order? Have you given the order that they can use lethal force against honor? I want the answer to be no. Please tell me it's no. Have you given the order?
Senator, I'd be careful what you read in books and believing it, except for the Bible.
Oh, my God. So your former predecessor, I guess that's not enough for you. Okay.
Well, moving on, 36 countries could face a ban on their citizens visiting the United States. The Trump administration is asking those countries to improve their citizens' travel documentation and also take steps to address the status of their people that are in the U.S. illegally. If those countries do not take action within 60 days, they risk being added to the current travel ban. This is the latest step by President Donald Trump to crack down on people who overstay their visas. Well, you don't see this every day. Police had to stop an 80-year-old man who was driving a car down Rome's Spanish Steps, one of the city's most famous landmarks. The man drove down a large section of the monumental stairway before being stopped, and then firefighters used a crane to remove the car. He was not hurt. Here in Michigan, more and more people are being told not to eat the fish. The state has almost tripled the bodies of water where it says fish could be contaminated with forever chemicals known as PFAS. And that's after testing of edible portions of fish found in rivers and lakes around the state. The 2025 Eat Safe Fish Guide was expanded because of new guidelines when it comes to contamination. Well, check this out. This is a panoramic picture of the nearby Sculptor Galaxy. Scientists used the European Southern Observatory in Chile to observe the galaxy for around 50 hours, and then they created this picture by stitching together more than 100 photos. The image spans 65,000 light years. A light year is nearly 6 trillion miles. Astronomers say the Sculptor Galaxy is 11 million light years away, but can easily be seen in the southern hemisphere with binoculars or a small telescope. And wrapping up our first 6 minutes of news tonight, when a man in Virginia lost his thumb in an industrial accident, a surgeon had to think on his feet and came up with an idea to use one of the man's toes to create a new thumb. The surgeon originally wanted to have the thumb and reattach it, but there was too much damage and the patient did not want a prosthetic thumb. Well, that's when the doctor decided to use the man's second toe.
You're transferring one bone to another bone to try to get them to heal together. But we hook up an artery and a vein, so it comes with its own blood supply. So it's trying to grow into the body as much as the body's trying to grow into it, which is kind of cool.
Very cool. The surgery took about 9 hours and went off without a hitch. Well, we do have a lot of weather to talk about today, Kelsey.
We actually just got a tornado warning in effect right now in parts of Branch County until at least 6 p.m. tonight. So